We're back in our studio with Kathy Marston, our wine expert. We've put all of our furniture back, as you can see, because we just had the studio in disarray for my sabraging lesson, which turned out very well, so I hope you watched that video. But now we're going to be talking about bubbly tasting for Valentine's Day. So Kathy, everyone wants to be romantic on Valentine's Day and have bubbly with their sweetheart. So you've brought in some bottles, 2 of them which have been sabraged off.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
2 that are left yet to open.
Which will open normally,
Yes.
just as you should do. Yeah, just a nice little section of bubblies. These are all Cap Classiques. So the difference between a Cap Classique and one that's just had some carbon dioxide in is that there's actually been a second fermentation that's taken place in this bottle. So all 4 of these are made exactly like French champagne, although they're not French champagne because they don't come from France.
Right.
It's quite often that you'll find people in South Africa will call these kinds of wines champagne, which isn't really correct, but I think we all kind of know what they're on about.
Yeah, we let them slide.
So yeah, it's not really important. So this first one is actually, this is a very good value fizz actually. It comes from J.C. Le Roux, and a lot of people think that J.C. Le Roux just do quite inexpensive sort of sweet kinds of things, but they don't.
I thought
No, they make a whole range of really, really good Cap Classiques as well. Right up to a fantastic one that's one of my favourites, which is the Scintilla, which we haven't got today. But this is a really good one for the money. It's 75 Rand in most places. It's a dry wine. It's made mainly from Pinot Noir grapes. So nice, refreshing, easy drinking, and a nice one to sabrage as well, as you can see.
Yes.
So let's have a taste of this one.
Okay.
Now, when you're tasting bubbly, people quite often think, if you're not used to wine tasting, that you have to do this whole sort of swirly thing round. You don't do that with bubbles.
Okay.
Because what will happen?
I'm glad I didn't do that.
No, it's very good. I was watching it. I thought, my word, the girl's a pro. All the bubbles will disappear, and kind of what you're drinking a bubbly for is the bubbles. So you don't want the bubbles to all go away. So you can tell it's nice and fresh and sort of nice and bubbly in the mouth. A little bit of lemons and a little bit of yeastiness, sort of like a sort of a lemon meringue pie kind of thing going on in there as well. Do you like that?
Yes, I do like it, and it's only 75 Rand. It's good value for money, and I'm always looking for a good deal.
It's very nice, hey? Very lovely indeed. So you get that from a lot of different places. I'm very loath to pour this out, but if we just drink all of these, then we're going to be singing later. So I'm just going to pour that into there, and then we'll go on to yours, which I'm sure is probably going to be your favourite champagne for the rest of your life now, your favourite MCC for the rest of your life. This is a Simon Sig Carp Sauvoncle. And these people were the very first people to make a bottle fermented sparkling wine in South Africa. They started in 1971.
Wow.
And you go and you look around the cellars, they've got these fantastic stories about how they didn't have strong enough bottles originally, so they used to explode every now and then in the cellars and sort of drop on people's heads and stuff. Yeah, I think so. But it's the first, it's still one of the best. It still wins lots and lots of awards all the time. And it's also very, very good value too. This is also under 100 Rand.
Wow.
And the other thing that's interesting about this, if you are talking about French champagne, there's traditionally 3 grape varieties that you normally make French champagne from. One Chardonnay, which is a white grape, and then 2 black grapes, Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier. Now in South Africa, we don't have a whole lot of Pinot Meunier. There's very, very little of it. So most of our fizzes are Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and then we sometimes sneak some other grapes in as well. But this one actually does have some Pinot Meunier in, which is a little bit different. So this is a classic champagne blend that we've got going on in there.
Will that make the taste? How does that make
I'm
the taste
sure that
different?
Simon Sig will say it definitely will make the taste better. I mean, the whole thing about a champagne is that it is blended, and it's a blend of different sort of proportions every year, because what they want to do, the winemakers at Simon Sig, the Milans and Debbie Thompson, they're trying to basically make a fizz that tastes the same every year, so that if you buy Carp Sauvoncle this year, you can be sure that it's going to taste as lovely as it did last year and as lovely as it will next year. So consistency is very important for champagne and MCC as well.
Okay, cool.
So let's have a taste and see what this is like. You can actually smell already this is much yeastier, much sort of breadier, and a little bit of croissant and brioche and things like that. Yeah, very, very nice. And where it gets all its bready flavours from is the dead yeast cells. So when the yeast cells have done their work and they've eaten all the sugar and they've created bubbles and carbon dioxide, then they fall to the bottom of the bottle. And it's being in contact with those yeast cells that gives champagne and MCC its special taste. Yeah, so this is lovely. So my favourite thing to do on a Tuesday morning.
Me too.
Sit and drink fizz.
Our jobs are wonderful.
I know. Sometimes it's just like, my word, how bad can it be? Okay, so that was the two that you opened, you and somebody else who was desperate to try their hand. As we said, sabraging is very cool. My husband can do it with a teaspoon, which is very cool.
With a teaspoon?
With a teaspoon.
And you said your 6-year-old son can do it.
He has done it as well, although I'm not terribly proud of that. It may not be the best thing to boast about, but anyway. But if you are doing it, seriously, please don't get yourselves in trouble. Don't have it exploding in your hands. Do read the instructions and make sure you're careful with it. So, whenever you open a bottle of fizz, you always need to be careful.
Yes.
There is pressure in here that's equivalent to about 6 bars of pressure, so it's like a car tyre. And when you open it, always open. There we go. Always turn the bottle, not the cork, so you never let go of the cork in case it's going to fly out and hit expensive equipment in your studio, whatever it is that you're filming. Okay, so. Next one we're moving on to is a different colour. This is a rosé. This is Pongratz, probably South Africa's favourite MCC. So we'll have a little taste of this. And this is pink.
Very fitting for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely, yeah. You can actually get pink Cape Saint-Vonkel, you can get pink J.C. Leroux, you can get pink versions of most MCCs in this country as well. And all that's happened here is that it's obviously still made from some white grape from Chardonnay and some Pinot Noir as well in there, but they've kept the skins in. Just a little bit longer, just to suck out a little bit of the colour from the black grape skins, and that's what's turned it pink. So let's have a taste. It certainly looks a bit more Valentine-y, I would say, doesn't it?
Very romantic.
So, absolutely.
Thank you for sharing this.
You can gaze into your eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's yummy too.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. There's a tiny little tad more sugar in this one. It's still a dry wine, absolutely dry, there's no problems with that. But it's just a little bit richer in the mouth, and it's a very good one to have with food. People think that you can't have fizz with food, but you so can.
Yeah, you can. Have it with I do it.
Everything, all the way through dinner. I can just drink fizz all the way through. So I think this would be a lovely one with some smoked salmon or some sushi or something like that to start with. I think they'd do very nicely.
You're making me hungry.
I'm going to have another sip now.
Yeah, me too.
Lovely.
What's the price point on this?
This one I think is about 100, and I have my little list here, 120.
Not bad.
So a little bit more, but it's a nice bottle. It's a lovely tasting fizz. For some reason, I never quite understand this. You very often find that pink fizzes do cost a bit more than white fizzes. I don't really understand why. I don't think there's really a lot of reason. But they
for the colour,
so
maybe.
there it is. I think people just like it.
Yeah.
So, and then the final one we're going to look at here is a different style of fizz, because this is actually an off-dry fizz.
Okay.
So all of these here, they're fermented out to dry, and dry in sparkling wine terms is much sweeter than normal sort of wine. So in a normal wine, you have to have less than 5 grams of residual sugar. In a sparkling wine, you need to have less than 12.
Oh, wow.
So it's always a little bit higher anyway. But this one's got a little bit more than that. And what happened just before they put that final cork in, they added a little bit of extra sugar in there.
Okay. Just
to sweeten it up. But I think you'll find that it's actually, for all that it is an off-dry wine, yes, drink your fizz, come on.
Sorry.
For all that it is an off-dry wine, it is still very refreshing. We're still going to taste, I think, quite a lot of acidity in there as well. So, but this is a nice one to have if you don't like things absolutely bone dry. If you like just a little bit of sugar in there as well. This is also £75.
Oh wow!
So very, very good value. It's called La Vallée. It's from J.C. Leroux again. Still a Cap Classique, still the second bottle fermentation. Just a little bit on the sweeter side of life. So let's have a taste and see how this one is.
I don't usually like sweeter bubblies, but this one is very nice.
It's okay, isn't it? Because what's happening is that acidity is just cleaning it up, so it's not sticky or cloying or anything. If you go to J.C. Leroux, they've got these fabulous tastings and pairings that you can do with marshmallows and meringues and Turkish delight. It's very cool, actually, so you should go. And the whole place is like Bling City. It's a great
when you
place
say
to
Bling
go.
City,
so it's just diamonds and tiaras and everything.
That sounds very up my alley.
It's so cool. It's so cool. You should go and have a look. And then taste all their fizzes there, and then do this whole sort of meringue and marshmallow pairing. I think they're actually doing something for Valentine's Day because they have a restaurant upstairs as well. So
my birthday's coming up. Maybe that should be
there
on
you
the
go.
list.
Off you go out there. So there you go. There's 4 little fizzes. They're all quite easily to get. You can certainly get these in all the major supermarkets. You can get a lot of them in independent retailers. And yeah, whatever you have, I just hope you have a good time and your Valentine's night goes well.
Well, thank you, Kathy. I said it on Twitter and I'll say it again. You are my favorite guest to have in studio. And
It's not me, it's the fizz.
I can't wait until you come back.
Okay, cheers to that. Thanks.